What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Underground Runaround. This is episode 39. I'm your host, Brad Ross, back again with my co-host, Pav Daddy. We got our unpaid intern in the building, live from, I think he's frozen, actually. Nope, he's throwing him up. Kenny Vaughn, ladies and gentlemen. Frozen again. And back from the great state of Virginia. Is that correct? Virginia.
Yeah.
From the great state of Virginia, Mr. Keith Francio, baby. What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Real good.
Good.
Excellent.
Good.
He's doing better than us, but
Keith
we're doing
is-
good.
Yeah, Keith is technically in the best position of us four, no doubt about it. That being because the Mets, they didn't win the division, but they are in the playoffs. And I mean, realistically, it should wash out in the end. And I kind of like it because I've said this since the season started with this new extra wild card spot, that I don't necessarily think having a bye is a good idea.
Yeah.
So the Mets lose out on the division. The Braves did get the second bye, but the Mets get to play now, and they don't have to sit. So as long as they can get over it and not let that bother them, that they led the division for as long as they did this year and then didn't win it, they'll be okay. But we'll talk about that later. I don't know where you guys want to start. We got the whole playoff field. It starts tomorrow. I mean, we have 4 games. It's playoff time. It's time for the playoffs. It's coming in hot, bright and early. I guess we'll just start with the Rays and the Guardians, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who
That
starts.
sounds like a good idea.
That's who starts it off tomorrow, I think, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the schedule is.
Yeah, you got.
They already announced the starting pitchers and stuff.
Yeah, McClanahan's going up against Bieber.
Oh,
That's a good. That's a matchup right off the bat.
yeah.
I think they're all good. If you look at all the pitching matchups, every one of them, you're like, oh, okay.
Does that favor the Guardians just because of Bieber's experience?
100%.
Mhm.
Yep. I think Cleveland's an extremely dangerous team. Dangerous.
Yeah.
Like
They can
the
be
Rays
sneaky, right?
for the same reason the Rays are too. It's kind of a shame that they play each other.
One's got to go.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Mariners and the Blue Jays split. I would like to see these matchups a little differently. Maybe the Guardians and the Blue Jays and the Rays and the Mariners. Maybe, I don't know. But we're gonna get what we're gonna get because the Rays and the Guardians are probably the 2 least flashy teams, I would say.
Until Randy comes in.
Yeah, I mean, Randy's the man.
Randy's
I'm
gonna
excited.
yard.
Yeah. I actually saved 3 pictures on my computer today to make a Randy post, just to remind everybody. Just to remind them, but I got busy, so I didn't do it. But it's breaks all night, day, year time, and I'm pumped for it.
Yeah.
Eating popcorn, hitting home runs, coming up clutch. It's gonna be fun.
They're playing in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and for the wild card, just to note for anyone who's listening to this, all 3 games are at home. There's no switching of the fields. So the home team gets to be the home team for the whole best of 3. So Cleveland's at home for all 3 of these games.
Cold
I mean,
and rainy tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know what happens in the event of that, but Monday is a scheduled off day before the ALDS starts.
So it's supposed to rain overnight, and then by noon they're saying 53 degrees. So it's gonna. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
That-
not
that
supposed
could
to be
be
very
a-
nice tomorrow.
That could be a big advantage for Cleveland.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They've got no one on the injured list right now. I'm looking at it. So they got a healthy team. They're minus 120 favorites.
Yeah, they're a sneaky team.
Yeah, they are. I think Bieber gets that one.
Yeah, I would. I mean, obviously, I would pick it's hard to not pick the home team. Period. But yeah, I like Bieber.
So McClanahan pitched one game against Cleveland this year. He lasted 4 1/3, 7 hits, 5 runs, 3 walks.
I don't know. I don't know if that means anything. They haven't announced a game 2 starter. Cleveland hasn't. Glass now is in line for Tampa.
Yeah.
And
Who do you think it will be? What's his name? McKenzie?
I don't know when they're gonna deploy him. I don't know when he pitched last. But yeah, I mean he's gonna be out there before long.
Let's see.
Oh, Cal. I didn't know he led the team in wins. He had 15 wins. Quantrill.
Yeah, Cal's had a good year. I mean, Cleveland's just a pitching factory. I mean, they got him from San Diego, but still.
Yeah, that was a good pickup, dude.
In Logan, I'm sorry, Cal Quantrill. See, that's weird. Cal's announced for Game 3. So yeah, maybe it is McKenzie for Game 2. They just haven't said.
Yeah, because he last pitched the 3rd, so whenever day that was.
3 days ago.
That was Monday.
Yeah. Okay.
He could go. Young enough.
Yeah, he might. I mean, why else would you put Quantrill in for Saturday?
Yeah.
Glass now for the Rays.
Yeah.
Has he ever pitched in the playoffs?
I don't think so. Because he was hurt. Was he hurt during?
One of their years, but the Rays are in the playoffs every year, so I think so. I would say
he
yes.
blew his arm out last year, right? Like beginning of the year.
Yeah. I think they gave him a contract and he blew his arm out.
Yeah, because I remember him. That was right when they started checking for the sticky stuff. Remember, and he got.
Oh,
dead.
yep.
He's like, I can't grip the ball. Like, what do you expect?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Ooh, and man. I don't know. I think.
He's only pitched 6 innings this year.
Yeah.
What are you going to get from him?
I don't know. I think that really favors Cleveland, the whole series, I guess.
Yep.
Well, I would assume Glasnow's going to be on an extremely short leash.
Yeah, but if you lose the first game, maybe that's why they haven't fucking announced him yet. But they did announce him, right? They announced Glasnow for.
Yeah, Glasnow's
that's fucking weird.
He's for Game 2.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's fucking crazy, man.
Because looking at his playoff stats, he pitched in 2020. He had a 6.2 ERA.
Solid.
In 28 2/3 playoff
Crushing
in 2020.
That's quite a bit of pitching in the playoffs. 28 innings.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good run.
He pitched in playoffs in 2019 too. 2 starts.
7 innings.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna say Cleveland probably fucking wins the first 2 games and that series over.
Yep. So you're gonna go with Cleveland to win that series, then, huh?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's Pav's pick is Cleveland.
I think and they're at home.
Yep.
So like,
I'm not here to argue.
I'd say there's just too much favoring them in that.
I just wanted to. I'm gonna write down everybody's picks. We're gonna have some fun with this. Too bad we don't have like a producer, with the visuals. We can throw this shit on a screen, but it's cool.
Yeah, you can put a little freaking bar under each of our thing. This jackass picked Cleveland.
Yep. So we got Pav taking Cleveland. I guess we'll just turn it over to Kenny and Keith. I have to look at something real quick, guys. So if you guys want to go ahead with who you like and if
who you taking, Kenny?
Elaborate on it.
I'm saying Cleveland. They're just gonna take the first 2 games. They're like their pitching is gonna kill it. Obviously, they just probably need to scrape by with a couple runs offensively. So I don't know what the offense is looking like this year. They just need to scrape by a couple runs. then they should be good.
Should be good. I like the way that sounds. Keith, what about
I'm gonna
you,
do
buddy?
it. I'm gonna do it just like when you watch Sunday morning football, and everyone's picking that. I'm gonna take Tampa, just based off of Randy.
Randy, he's going with the Randy.
He's gonna hit 2 dingers game 1. McClanahan's
Oh.
gonna go 7 2/3 of 1-run ball with that nasty slider.
Keith, my boy, I'm 100% with you. 100% with you. It's Randy season, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking all you want to hear about how good Cleveland's pitching is and how proven it is and how ready it is. Neither team has a superstar, but Randy himself has proven to be a superstar in the playoffs, and it's fucking time. It's time. It's Randy. Rays are gonna fit. Rays are gonna do it in 3. So
Yeah, I think it goes 3.
I don't know how, but they're doing it. I don't know how. I think Cleveland's a favorite. I think Randy's gonna be that X factor, that spark, that energy on the road that you need. I think he's gonna be the one to do it. He's done it before. Why not? We're gonna stick with it. So
Yeah.
So with that being said, as far as that wild card matchup goes, we're gonna move on into the next matchup between the Phillies and the Cardinals.
Ooh.
In Game 1, Phillies rolling out Zach Wheeler, but the Cardinals are going with the hot hand. The Cardinals are going with Jose Quintana, who I just absolutely have no fond feelings or memories.
He probably loses the game for him, to be honest.
He's been so good this year, dude. It's been unbelievable. It's so hard for us to believe that the same pitcher we had on the bump for us in a time which we were still very extremely competitive is this guy that's been pitching all year for the Pirates and the Cardinals.
He really had a difficult time throwing a fastball with movement when he was on the Cubs, and like people.
And he
would just
doesn't have a
lock
big
in
fastball either.
Right. So like without that movement, people would just lock on his fastball and fucking crush his ass.
And he had flashes, but no,
Yeah.
I agree 100% with you on that. He would go every 5th or 6th start, he'd go 7 innings.
Yeah.
And every 7th or 8th start,
he definitely had
scoreless.
a really healthy arm, right? He can just fucking throw innings and innings and throw fucking pitches and just be out there the next, and 5 days later and do it again. And so it's just interesting. He finally put it together.
Yeah, that and then the biggest X factor in the entire playoffs, or out of every team that made the playoffs, I think the thing that doesn't get looked at that's going to impact the game the most, or that benefits their team the most, is how fucking good St. Louis is defensively, especially the infield. They have a few left-handed. Well, really, their whole rotation's pretty slow when you consider Wainwright too, in the velocity department. They don't have a lot of big arms in the starting rotation. Their bullpen can bring the heat, and I mean all of the heat. But you have Arenado, you have Goldschmidt. I mean, you're flooded with Gold Glovers. Get a lot of ground balls on soft pitching, attack the strike zone. Get those early outs, man. The Cardinals.
They're going to lose the first game.
They're fundamental. I think if, Quintana's a big unknown, they have announced Miles Michaelis is going to go up against Aaron Nola in Game 2, which I think is the Phillies' best shot. Michaelis has been good again, but he's shown cracks in his armor throughout his career. So we'll see how that goes. But Aaron Nola's been a great pitcher for a fairly lengthy amount of time. And then Game 3, St. Louis doesn't have anyone, and Ranger Suarez is the announced starter for the Phillies. So, if necessary, that's what we're looking at.
So the Phillies really got to push these first 2 games to try and win these first 2.
Yep.
You know what? I bet you fucking Kyle Schwarber hits a leadoff home run versus Jose Quintana.
That's the thing with the Phillies, right? Imagine if that lineup gets hot. The problem is, like Brad said,
They
before,
can fucking do it against Quintana, that motherfucker.
Yeah,
Covering
but
it.
the
I don't
Phillies
know,
are
man.
defense.
Zach Wheeler's been really good.
He's so
Really good.
the
so
Phillies
good.
have offense, but they have a lot of boomer bust offense. So
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yep.
the
It
problem with boomer bust offenses is you're not getting enough people on base when the booms come.
Yep.
Like I feel like that was always partially part of the Cubs' big downfall is they had guys that could hit them out, but everybody wanted to, and nobody got on base. Nobody wanted to be the table setter.
Yep.
I just feel like that's just a lost thing, the table setting position. We're gonna start seeing that shit when they ban the shift, though. I love that they're banning the shift. I really do. I hate to say that. I love it though, for the same reason. And here's the argument: the only argument that even makes sense, the only argument you need, for the same reason that football players have to wear specific jersey numbers depending on their position. That's the comparison. It's not that you can't tell a guy where he can line up on the field. No, he's got to wear a specific number, and the formation itself has to be a legal formation. So like there are guidelines to how you line up on the field, and people always want to say like they don't tell you how to do that in another sport. No, actually they do.
Yep.
So, in baseball will now be the same way. You have to line up this way within these parameters, or it's not a legal formation of defense, because that's what you're putting out on the field, a formation of defense. It's 9 guys. There's your defensive formation. One guy's throwing the ball, so there you go. I like that, so I can't wait to see what happens. You know, you're gonna see what happens to all these pull hitters, see how it goes, see if averages go up. We'll see.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely go up.
I never had an issue with the shift, though. Just for the record, I always said people should bunt against it. But if they're going to change the game for what they want to say is the best interest of baseball, then I'm good with the shift banning. The pitch clock and some of that other nonsense, I'm okay.
I mean, like, you should kind of bunt against it, but at the same time, like, the MLB, could you imagine, like those guys in the top? That's why they had to do it, because, like, pretty soon guys would start bunting.
Right, and then if that happens,
I mean, you don't want that to.
Then if that happens, right now you're marketing that as a sport, and
come watch these guys bunt.
Right, nobody's gonna pay big league money.
It reminds me of there's a King of the Hill where they fucking Hank organizes. He has this, yeah.
And they gotta have the co-ed one where they gotta get Peggy.
Well, they get this guy to come so they can do like a fundraiser, and like he makes these fucking amusement videos like he's a badass, at softball. And like he goes and embarrasses teams, and raises money.
Yeah. Oh, what is that?
Yeah, Hank's like, he tells his team, he's like, yeah, we're gonna try to beat him. We're gonna actually go out there and try to beat him.
Right.
And they go out there because it's just him and 2 other people on the field, like 1 infielder, 1 outfielder, and fucking Hank goes up and bunts to lead off the game, and he goes at first. So then like. They get the next batter comes up and fucking bunts, boom, and like Hank runs all the way around and scores because like the guys in the field are like, what the fuck are these guys doing? So then they score 1 run on 2 bunts, and then that guy's like, okay, so this is how we're gonna fucking play, and then he stops doing the entertainment bit and just starts fucking striking everybody out, just like boom, 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 throwing them hard as fuck. And they like, and then he's going up and just smoking a home run every time. Boom, boom. And they win like 63-1. And like at the end of the thing, he always gives the fucking check. Like they have a $5,000 for winning the game. And he's like he always gives the check to charity. So like at the end of the game, he just walks off with the big check. He's like, yeah, fuck you guys. You guys wanted to try and win that game. But it's just funny, dude. Just like it reminds me of that. Like, let's go up there and bunt.
Yeah.
It's like nobody wants to watch that fucking shit.
No, yeah, nobody's going to. So it's a good thing that they're doing what they're doing.
You
now
can
that we're
still
done
shift so far.
doing the runaround here, back to the Phillies Cardinals matchup. Does anybody want to be the first person to tell us who's winning that series?
I just said that the Cardinals were going to walk over the Phillies, but then I looked at the pitching matchups.
Oh.
And you know what? Phillies in 2.
Phillies in
wow.
2, he says.
I think they're gonna fucking walk all over Quintana and just ride that into
That's
the
the
next
Cubs
game.
hate in him. You hear it just flowing out of him.
I
The
do.
Cubs love the hate for the Cardinals.
Very surprising. Like if you look at Quintana's numbers, it's like really surprising. He was always a home run guy, right? He gave up a lot of fucking home runs. So like in his career, 23, 10, 16, 22, 23, 25, 20, and then this year 8. So like, is he gonna be that guy that gave up 8 home runs this season in the playoffs? Or is he going to be the Quintana that's pitched for the last fucking 10 years and gives up a lot of home runs? And you're facing a Phillies team that, has some pretty good fucking hitters in there. So we'll see, home run hitters. Pretty good home run hitters.
All right. Pav's got the Phillies. I get it. All right. Kenny, who are you taking?
I'm going to say the Cardinals in 3.
Cards in 3.
They will not walk over Quintana. I will pull that. I will quote me on that.
Damn, Kenny's getting his little man mustache on over there. They
Bryce
will not walk over there. Oh yeah, go ahead, Kenny. Sorry,
pulling up Twitter.
Oh,
I saw this morning. Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber are a combined 1 for 15 with 6 Ks and no extra base hits against Quintana. The only one you should be worried. The only one you should be worried about. Remuto maybe. No, Remuto is 1 for 7, and it's actually Hoskins.
Oh yeah, Reese
3 for 10.
He could bang a little bit, but
look at Kenny bringing out the Twitter stats.
Hell yeah,
my man.
No, but I think it'll be like this. The first 2 games will be a pitching duel, maybe. I don't know about Michaelis, but it'll be a pitching duel because of Wheeler and Nola first 2 games. But the Cardinals will break through their bullpen because, everyone knows the Phillies bullpen is trash.
It is trash.
And then
that's no good in the playoffs.
And then the Cardinals infield is, Arenado and Goldschmidt. That's all I need to say.
That's all I need to say, folks. Keith, who you like?
I am 100% riding on the Kenny train with this one. I don't think you're going to beat both Nola and Wheeler, so I don't think that's possible they went into. But St. Louis should take the series. Should. And Philly, all Philly does is disappoint. I'm an Eagles fan. All they do is disappoint.
They're going to continue to disappoint. I agree. Cardinals take that one in my book.
They'll keep rooting for fucking Rocky, right?
Yeah,
you ever see that fucking Bill Burr when he blows up on Philly? Oh my God. That's like 15 minutes of the greatest thing you ever fucking heard in your entire life. He's right though. Like you got fucking Joe Louis and all these guys that you can fucking root for, and you got a statue of fucking an imaginary fucking figure. A bunch of fucking weirdos. Sorry, Philly. Not.
Oh, Pat. Throwing shade at the city of Philadelphia. You better hope there's no Philly guys.
City of brotherly love, my ass.
Yeah, don't
After
go
he picks them to win. He's the only one to pick them to win, and then shits all over their city.
It's not my fault. I don't live there. I didn't make it that way.
He's already like a legitimate Philly fan. He doesn't even know it.
Fucking Alec Baum hates him, dude.
Oh, man. American League. The other wild card matchup.
Who are you picking? What the fuck is this guy just keeps walking away?
I already said it. Cardinals.
Okay.
I
Hey,
said it
Pat,
about
maybe you
18
should
times.
listen.
I don't
Oh,
listen.
Pav's getting roasted by the
I don't
Linktr.
listen. I picked the Phillies, dude. It's obvious I don't listen. Jesus.
All right, American League. We got the Mariners and the Blue Jays.
Oof.
This is the most interesting wild card matchup to
Agree.
me. I think
Agree.
this is the. I didn't want to see this. I wanted to see this somewhere else.
Yep.
But game one is Manoah and Castillo. That's unbelievable. Game two, you got Robbie Ray and nobody.
Probably Gosman, if I were to guess.
And game three, Logan Gilbert. I mean, the Mariners got three good arms going. The Blue Jays should have Gosman and Manoah, and I'm curious to see if they let Barrios go. I mean, he was so good in Minnesota, and he's been so bad so far. I mean, Manoah, what, he have 7 professional starts or something like that before he hit the big leagues, and now he's just a fucking stud. So we're gonna find out what Manoah's made of. And has Castillo pitched in the playoffs before? The Reds have made the playoffs with him, I assume.
Yep.
I mean, at least he's pitched in a game, I would think. 'Cause he was their ace. Castillo's had an up and down career too. He's had some good years with some not so good years sprinkled in, and the Mariners paid him, so he's going to be around for 5 more years, I think. But that's such a I right as I'm talking right now, I still don't know who I'm picking. Like, it's such a tough matchup.
Who's pitching the second game?
Nobody knows for Toronto, but Robbie Ray is pitching for the Mariners. So that's a lefty. I mean,
Castillo's only pitched 1 time in the playoffs.
Yeah, I was gonna say since he's been pretty bad,
right?
But
that was the NL Wild Card 2020
against the Marlins.
Against the Braves. At least that's what I'm reading. 5 1/3, 1 earned, a walk, 7 Ks.
He's a good pitcher.
He had a good game.
Regardless, he's been there before. The first time you do anything you've never done before, there's always nerves involved. I don't care what you say. Even if it's a game, the same game you've been playing your whole life, when you play under a new level of pressure, especially when you're the pitcher. I mean, the whole game moves at your pace. So until you get your footing underneath you. Neither of those teams are selling out their stadium, so now they're going to have a packed stadium. But it's in Toronto, so it's, I think that's the equalizer. I think I like the Mariners on paper better. I said it at the beginning of the year, though, the Blue Jays offense
it's a lot better than Seattle's.
Is the most complete.
264 versus 230 batting average.
Some people were trying to say that, the Blue Jays lineup was better than the Dodgers on paper in the beginning of the season, and I never said that, but it's a top 3 on paper lineup in baseball. So
yeah.
I think they can get enough done against Robbie Ray, and then I think they get one from Castillo or Gilbert. I mean, I really think the Blue Jays just slug their way to the next round. The Mariners are good, though. I mean, the Mariners, anything could happen. I wouldn't even feel bad about being wrong, but I like the Blue Jays. I'm a huge Vladdy Jr. fan. I love the kid's work ethic. J-Rod over there. I think Kelnick made their playoff roster, so I mean, there's a guy that the hobby already forgot about, but there's a dude who's worked his butt off to get back. They got good young pitching. They got the trade deadline guys, Jesse Winker and Suarez, if they're ever going to play like the caliber of player they've been when they were traded from Cincinnati. So the Mariners could make a huge run, but until proven otherwise, I'm with the Blue Jays. Toronto wins it. They're at home. Yep.
In 3?
Yeah, I'd say in 3 for sure.
I think Seattle probably wins the first game, but Toronto probably wins the series. But I'd like to see who the fuck Toronto's going to pitch a second game.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't think it matters.
How is Gosman? What's his
great.
day to day? They got him listed day to day right now.
Why is it listed day to day?
I don't know.
Because they don't know what's going to happen on Friday to make a decision on Saturday. It's all good. Day to day.
Yeah.
Taking it day to day. Come on, don't you guys know what that means? Anybody else want to make a prediction here? Anybody else telling me who they're going
so sorry. He had a laceration on his middle finger.
with? Ooh.
That's not good.
Especially
Sounds
the fact that he throws a splitter.
Well, that shouldn't help. That really shouldn't.
Well, you know.
Does he throw a cutter at all?
I mean,
If he throws a cutter, it's
yeah.
really fun. A cutter or a slider.
Yeah, anything with a lot of.
and
Is
it's
it
gonna
which
be
finger?
efficient.
Did it say?
It said middle finger. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let's see. Come on, Savant.
It's a home run ball, by the way. Should probably stop touching it.
He throws loaded pieces.
It's gonna be interesting. Could be trouble. We'll see.
Hey.
I
It's
think
gonna, if the Mariners win tomorrow, then it's going to be a fucking toss up for a
Just
series.
make
if
a
Gosman.
pick.
I'm just telling you. I
Make a
said
pick.
I'll take. I said I'd take the Blue Jays.
Cool.
I said that the Mariners probably win game 1 and then the Blue Jays. But I fucking Gosman, dude. I don't know.
Kenny, who you got?
Who do I got? I would say Toronto in 3.
Ooh.
They will not. To the point Brad was talking about, like pressure in the playoffs. Alek Manoah obviously has not pitched in the playoffs before, so that's a whole different beast
Agree.
compared to, and you know, yes, it is in Toronto, but you know, playoffs are a whole different story of its own. So
Seattle's pitching's good. I just don't think it's good enough to slow down Toronto's bats.
Even like Manoah not pitching there, like Castillo's only got the one, but he's so much older. You know, Manoah's fucking got 2 years in the league, and Castillo's got 10. So I mean that means a lot.
Yeah.
Keith, who you got?
Because I can't stand Robbie Ray or Jesse Winker. Toronto. Robbie Ray's going to get lit up for 7.
I was just about to say that.
That's the thing
he's
is
gonna
like
get smacked too. I believe I said something like that.
The Mariners could light up fucking Manoah, but the Blue Jays could light up Castillo. So that's the thing is like the Blue Jays offense, they're going to carry them. I think that's my prediction from this series. That like even if the Mariners score fucking 5 runs, the Blue Jays can score 10. You know, so
right.
I think that's what's going to end up happening. Is I don't think it'll be about the pitching in this series, and I don't think either team advances past the next.
Whoa, hey, settled. We're gonna
I'm just
get there.
saying.
We're gonna get there.
Dude.
Let us get there.
Relax.
This fucking guy. Just talking about what was he talking about? I stopped listening to him.
When
He started talking about fucking King of the Hill.
Tomorrow, I'm gonna be messaging all you motherfuckers like, you see this shit?
Oh my gosh. So we still have one more wild card matchup to get through before Pav tells us about who's winning the divisional series. This one could be the best pitching matchup, though. This could be the best pitching series.
Pitching matchup.
Padres and the Mets, man. So game 1, Darvish and Scherzer. That's a dandy. That's a delight. That's the main event primetime game tomorrow night.
That's gonna be disgusting.
That's must-watch baseball. Like
it's a that game, right?
It's a wild. Do they score runs?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah, dude. Darvish is like I don't. You know
Darvish
how
is fantastic, dude.
Hey, the Giants lit him up. No, just kidding. But he could be very vulnerable. You Darvish
in the
he's
playoffs.
Good. Yeah.
Anyone could be vulnerable. It's the playoffs. What kind of nonsense talk is that? Vulnerable. What? Vulnerable to what? The crowd? People cheering for him?
Yeah, Johnny Cueto dropping a ball. Come on now.
Oh, Johnny.
All they gotta do is cheat. If they come out there and start smacking some.
Is
old
Timmy Trumpet going to be out there, New York? Keith, what's a Mets ticket going for? I really got to.
I didn't even look. Now if they play the Dodgers, I think I'm going to go to Queens for that. If they make it through, I think I'm going to go to Queens for that.
Oh,
and that's going to be because
you still have.
There's a lot of Dodger fans still in New York from Brooklyn. So there's,
Yep.
Sure.
you got both going on. So that ticket's going to be.
Oh yeah.
I might go outside the stadium and beat up a little kid or something. That's the way to do it.
Hell no. Oh man. So you got Darvish and Scherzer in game 1. Game 2, we don't know. In game 3, we don't know anything. But Snell is gonna go in game 2. So maybe that's Snell and DeGrom. But didn't they say the Mets might save DeGrom for game 3, or they want to save him for the divisional series? They don't even want to use him.
Well,
Yeah,
who would
he's got
they pitch in game 2 and 3? In that case,
Bassett will definitely go, and then you probably pitch Walker. If I had to guess, they probably.
The
put
Mets
Walker.
have tons of options.
Yeah. I would go Bassett, Walker, game 2 and 3 if it had to. But DeGrom, they're just trying to get that blister on his finger to heal. I think that's the only.
This fucking guy's always hurt for being the most dominating
blister,
dude.
Yeah, those last 3 games have been rough. He's basing everything he's doing off of 2 pitches, and you can't. I mean, as great as he is, you can't base it off of. He would stop throwing his changeup. You got a 92-mile-an-hour changeup. Dips off the table.
What a gift.
Yeah, I mean,
What a gift.
I think Scherzer wins game 1. I don't know about that now. I'm not sold on anyone. I love Musgrove. Musgrove's my favorite pitcher on that team, like by far.
Oh, no, okay, that's who I forgot.
Snell's a former Cy Young winner, and he's pitched in the World Series. I mean, he's got the fucking ice water in his vein. He got Kevin Cash. He got analytics out of the World Series. In an elimination game, back against the wall. Snell, he hasn't had the best year this year, but he's going to put up a fight. And I think if the Padres win a game with what we know now, it's going to be game 2. Unless Darvish comes out and strikes out 15 Mets. I mean, he can do that. That scares me if I'm a Mets fan. So you want to get on Darvish right away.
Darvish ain't striking out. Mets don't strike out that much.
Well, Darvish strikes out people. So
got the NL batting title winner. And Jeffrey McNeil, the flying squirrel.
Jeffrey McNeil. I love that guy. Great ball player.
Dude, he's right. He finally figured out that he got it back. He's like, I'm going back Rod Carew style. I'm just gonna put the ball in play.
Yeah.
Great.
Yep. You love it. And then to go along with that, Snell has a lot of experience. Darvish, though, too. Darvish has a ton of postseason experience. I mean, if we all remember the thing in the world, I mean, the Astros, they're just class, baby.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I would just show up with a garbage can.
So
get in his head, just start banging that motherfucker.
The Mets, I personally say the Mets win the series, but if they're looking past the Padres at all, they're in big trouble.
Yeah, I agree.
If they're disappointed over the division, it's going to bite them in the ass. But I said I'm rolling with the Mets this postseason, so I got to pick the Mets. I said it. They were having so much fun right before they blew the division. They're still having fun. They got to start having fun again and take care of some business against these Padres. Pav, what do you think without telling us a story about how you lost your dog when you were 12?
So I made this prediction months ago.
Okay, I know who Pav's picking.
The Padres are getting walked.
Yeah.
They're getting fucking walked. Their pitching is just going to fold in half. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, Pav said this at the deadline.
Fucking DeGrom to win this one, so they'll be he'll be perfect health next series. We'll get to see some real baseball starting next series between these teams. No, tomorrow night's game is the game to watch, right? That's going to be fucking fantastic.
Yep.
And, dude, fucking Scherzer. Nobody's going to beat fucking Scherzer. He's right there at the end of his career, too. He's just fucking coming out like a mad dog and just going to throw
He's got the experience.
Dude.
Yep.
He's such a nasty motherfucker. That's who you want, right?
Yep, I agree.
If you're any fucking team, you got Verlander and Scherzer. Those are the two guys that if you're any fucking team in this playoffs, you wish you had him starting for you that game. So
I'm telling you
that's
right
it.
now, I do not want to be the Mets pitching coach tomorrow. If for any reason I'm told to go out there and talk to Max Scherzer,
Yeah.
there's no talking to him tomorrow. You
No.
give him the ball and you just let him do whatever
He's
he
gonna
wants
throw
to do
8
tomorrow
innings,
night.
right? He'll fucking probably throw 8 innings and fucking.
You don't even take him out. You
Just
just
Jesus.
leave him. If he doesn't jump out of there to go out for the ninth, then maybe you say something about the bullpen. But you don't even talk to the guy. You just leave him be. He's gonna be screaming and spitting, and it's gonna be great. You got to tune in. You got to tune in for that. Oh, Max Scherzer and Darvish, that's a treat. I mean, there's some treats tomorrow. Castillo and Manoah's gonna be a good treat too. And I gotta play a fucking softball tournament tomorrow. I hope we're getting rained out. Don't you know softball's supposed to be done by now? The league all ended except for the Friday. All the other days in the league ended last week. So we got to wrap things up. I got plans. Friday. I got a couch. You know. Oh man. The cold air, the crispiness of playoff baseball. Getting goosebumps. Tomorrow we're starting in the day, but as we get through it, it's gonna get better.
Fucking Juan Soto though, he gets to play playoff baseball again, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it only takes one good Juan Soto at bat with the bases loaded to really fuck up someone's whole plan.
That's the beauty of like Scherzer, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't fucking load the bases.
Right.
So like even like if Soto comes up and hits a home run, it's probably a solo shot, you know. So like I that's the thing with him is like he's the guy too. If somebody comes up and does hit a home run, he's not thinking about that the next batter. He's gonna strike the next motherfucker out and just keep doing Max Scherzer shit.
Keith, I know you're picking the Mets. I feel like if you don't pick the Mets, I have to kick you off the show.
Right.
So I'm not even gonna ask you, but Kenny, who you got, buddy?
Are
you gonna stay true to the West Coast or what's up?
As a Giants fan, I'm not. Nope. Mets. I'm gonna say Mets in 2.
Mets in 2.
We're not gonna get to see Musgrove.
All right,
assuming he's pitching game 3.
Maybe we're pretty well on the same page for the wild card. Pretty well on the same page. So now let's take it into the old divisional series here. And we have the Yankees and whoever you took in the wild card with between Tampa or Cleveland. So Pav, we don't get to project the pitching matchups because we're not gonna know any of that stuff yet. But this is real quick. Pav doesn't even hesitate. He just says the Yankees.
I think they're gonna fucking. They just got so much going on. It's gonna be tough. If their pitching folds, then but they got a lot of fucking hitting to back up their pitching. There's a lot of fucking hitting there. So it's going to, between the Rays and the Guardians, I think that really is a nice warm up for the Yankees for the next series,
Right. I get it.
Yeah,
no.
And it's an extended series at that point. So I don't think it'll be a problem for them. They could lose a game and not even worry.
The Yankees roll according to Pav. Kenny, what do you think? You got Cleveland and the Yankees. What do you think about that?
As much as I want the Guardians to win, I'm gonna say the Yankees pitching has to be solid enough to carry them through the playoffs because their bullpen has been vulnerable this year. Their starting rotation is Garrett Cole's up and down. Nestor with that fucking mustache. Yankees in 4.
Ooh, Yankees in 4. Keith.
I'm trying to decide if I want Yankees in 5 or 6. And I can't stand them because
I think the DS is a 5-game set, right?
Yeah, it should be. Yeah.
I thought it was 7. I thought they went 7 in DS. You might be right. 3, 5, 7, and LCS.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Well,
and then the World Series is 7, right? Right?
Yeah. If the World Series was 5 games, it would not be fun.
Yeah, best of 5.
I would love to see the Yankees lose in the DS. Nothing would make me happier. Just because I think that I'm sick and tired of Yankee fans thinking the same thing every year. You hear the same stuff. Oh, we're gonna be great. We're gonna be great. They forget that they spent money on a Garrett Cole, who, like Kenny said, is maybe okay. And then you have Cortez from Seattle, and he's been probably the most consistent guy they have.
Mm-hmm.
But if those two aren't on, who knows? But I mean, the responsible thing to do here is to take the Yanks. I'll take them in 5. That hurts me to say that, just so you know. Can't stand them.
Rays in 5.
Oh,
Damn.
Randy.
Oh,
damn. Randy. Nobody gives a fuck about your 27 rings or your American League nonsense. Your home run record that I don't give a shit about because it's not the home run record. Randy, Brandon, they got the Rays. It's the year of the Ray.
They got a good lineup. They do.
The year of the Ray. I mean, they lost what? Kiermaier's gone, right? He's done for the year. He got hurt a while ago. I mean, they lose that defensive X factor.
Wander back.
Wander.
They have some other things in their favor that they haven't had before. So we'll see. And their bullpen's pretty decent. So I think the bullpen's more important than the starting pitching. It's not incredible. I think there's a couple other teams that are probably better. But I just think the Yankees having the series off, having this week off with the limping in to the postseason that they kind of did, I don't think it bodes well for them. I think their energy goes down and the Rays bring the energy and the Rays win. And then Aaron Judge is, where's he going? That's
Aaron Judge is coming to SF. Let's go.
All right,
fucking go.
We'll just stay in the American League. We'll do the other matchup, which will be the Astros versus the Blue Jays for all of us. We all picked the Blue Jays. So now we take Toronto and match them up. So we're going to go with the West winner versus the AL East number 2.
Houston.
What do you guys think there, Houston? I mean, Houston's so good.
Houston's probably going to win the AL.
I can't argue.
I just think they're the most complete team, ready to go. Got all the fucking experience. They're so tough, dude. Everybody fucking hates them. We all hate the fucking Astros.
I love them. I love
They're
Jordan.
so tough.
I love Kyle Tucker. I love some of that new pitching they have, like Framber Valdez. Nobody talks about him at all. He's a stud. I mean, they have some. They have done things post buzzer to prove that they can play baseball. The Yankees were caught up in that scandal too, and nobody wants to talk about that shit.
Because of their 27 rings.
Yeah, 27 rings, and they're America's sweetheart, and we can't hurt the ratings, whatever. Seal the letters. Rays, baby. Tampa Bay. And then their team's going to move away, They're going to go to Canada or some shit. Kenny. Blue Jays, Astros. What do you think? Can the Blue Jays do it or no way?
No, the Astros. The Astros. I just want it to be a good series, so I want to say Astros in 7.
You fucking. He's dreaming.
It's still a 5-game series.
Yeah.
Astros in 5 then. We'll make it Astros in 5.
Yeah, I messed everything up. not knowing what the DS was.
You
What an
started
idiot.
fucking with us, yeah.
Oh, what
It's
an
because
idiot.
this new wild cards.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
a-
I
No,
blame
it's 'cause I'm a
Manfred too.
Met fan. I'm a Met fan. When was the last time I saw the NLDS? In 20
don't know,
fucking
Keith.
years.
I don't know.
Embarrassing. Oh my god.
Who you like, Keith? Blue Jays or the Stros?
Legit, Houston was. I watched at least a game of every series in the Mets this year, and I watched the whole Houston series when they played Houston. Houston was by far the best baseball team I saw the Mets play this year. So
Yep.
I'm going Houston. Like the complete team, like you said. They were
No,
unreal.
I agree. I take Houston too. They have the best. They have. When I said the Blue Jays were the top 3 lineups, I think Houston is that other
Yep.
team with them and the Dodgers offensively. So, you couple that with Houston's better pitching on paper than the Blue Jays, and unless the Blue Jays get young and dumb and lucky, I think the Astros win it too. And I say in 5 as well. I want it to be a good series, but you know, the Astros could run away with it. Braves, Cardinals, or Braves, Phillies for Pav. Start with Pav with the Braves and Phillies matchup. He's going offense here. He's riding the offense in the National League.
Braves and the Phillies. I think the Braves are gonna win.
I was gonna say every other.
Choking them up. I think the Braves are they're fucking good, man. And like I think they've really like the last 2 weeks of the season, they've really played fucking really good baseball. And if they can continue to ride that, dude, fuck, they're gonna be really tough. And they won the World Series. So I mean that team they lost Freeman, right? But like I think they did a really nice job of moving new pieces in. They're just ready to win again. I don't know. Braves.
I still don't know if I can talk yet. There we go. Oh, that was
They beat the
doozy.
fuck out of Zach Wheeler the other night too. Right? No, they beat the fuck out of Scherzer the other night. They beat up Scherzer, yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know, man. They're
Nope, I'm
good.
with you. I think they sweep the Cardinals. I think they sweep them. I think the Cardinals have to extend a little too much with their pitching in the wild card, and the Braves get to come in with fresh arms. And
Yeah.
I think that'd be the difference because offensively, I think the Braves are a top 5 offensive team. So Braves easy for me. I think it's easy. The wild card matchups are more interesting to me. Kenny, who you got, buddy?
I got the Braves. I think the rest. This will be the only time I think the rest will benefit a pitching staff and just a team in general.
Yep, I agree. That's funny because I think the same thing. I think this is the situation where it applies.
But yeah, I think the vets are gonna carry just the amount of experience they just have within that organization that they probably fucking shared with, you know, the youngins like Harris and Grissom and I don't know.
Shout out to Money Mike.
Yeah, whoever else, whatever other rookie they called up this year, because it feels like they called up
Spencer
like
Strider, you know what I mean? Ooh.
Who has the best bullpen in the playoffs? Atlanta's bullpen's pretty fucking
Atlanta. Oh my goodness, they're insane.
Raisel Iglesias. I don't know about Kenley. Raisel Iglesias has been dominant.
I really think that's going to serve them really fucking well, right?
Yeah, and that's something they haven't even historically had. I mean, the Braves are good. I mean, they won the World Series last year. You know, and I think they got better even without Freddie. I think they're better. I mean, they have a one-legged Acuna. I don't know what's really wrong with the guy. He's just not hitting for power. So I don't really know if anything's wrong. He says it's his knee or whatever, but
and it's not a huge problem for their lineup because they got plenty of other power in that fucking lineup. So
and I don't know if and when they're going to get Albies back from the finger See,
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be back for the playoffs.
They said it's possible, so I don't know if or when that'll be. But yeah, the Braves are.
Which that doesn't even hurt him. It just makes him a little bit better if he does.
Keith, can you actually pick the Braves, or do you got to pick the Cardinals?
Oh no, I'm picking. Here's why I'm picking the Braves, because NLCS is going to happen. We're going to stomp their shit.
It's not how you start; it's how you finish, right, Keith?
Oh, it's going down. It's going down. You're going to see the greatest postseason performance of
You're going to those games, huh? That'd be a really good series. That'd be one I want to watch.
So now you get the David and the Goliath in the last matchup. We all picked the Mets to go up against the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have lost all this talent along the way this year, and they keep making it happen. Guys keep stepping up for them. They don't give up runs. They score them at ridiculous rates. I mean, they're that team, and I hate it. So where does that leave us? Frederick's still crying. I miss my home, but we're so good. Like, my agent screwed me, but nobody knows what happened. Ugh. The Dodgers. Keith, let's start with you.
No effing chance, Brad. Not a chance. Mets in 4.
Mets in 4.
Sweep that mother. Oh, that's 5-game series, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Don't listen to okay. Dodgers are gonna win 1, but that's it.
They're gonna win with what's his name on the bump?
Yep, that's
Julio.
my guy. Yep,
Julio.
Urias.
Yep.
You know,
I like him. I like him.
The beauty of Keith going first is I don't have to feel like a homer. Because you know what? Fuck the fucking Dodgers. And the best part of them losing is we're all still going to be able to be like, you guys won the 2020 World Series when it didn't fucking matter, right? When nobody was fucking playing. It don't fucking matter. You played that little short fucking season, got you little fucking rings, but that's all you're going to get. You guys can spend they're the Yankees of the NL, right? Except even on a bigger scale right now.
Right, they're the biggest spenders.
Yeah, so you know what? I think I don't know. I think the Mets is like a really good matchup for them because of the pitching. And you win those first. If the Mets come out in that series and win the first fucking 2 games with Scherzer and DeGrom, and it's a 5-game series, it's going to be really hard for the Dodgers to respond well to that. Because they're going to throw their best pitchers at Scherzer and DeGrom. That's all they can do. So I don't know, man. The layoff for them might not be a very good thing. So like if the Mets play that first series really well, it's going to be a nice pump up for them. I don't know. I'd like to see them fucking just beat the shit out of the Dodgers. But yeah, I'll stick with Keith on this one. We'll go Mets in 4.
Oh, boy, Pav.
Yeah, fuck the Dodgers, dude. I don't. You know, it's one of those things. You can win 150 games in the fucking regular season. It doesn't mean shit. Once you hit the playoffs, it's a different fucking dog, and it's going to be tough for them. If they go into that thinking they're just going to walk on people, it's not going to be that way because you're facing the best pitching. You know, every fucking game you're getting the best they got, so it's going to be interesting. But I think the Mets can do it.
Kenny.
Boop, 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 boop.
Kenny's fighting hard right now. I think he's fighting hard on this one.
Kenny wants to get on the bandwagon, bro.
We got him fucked up now.
Kenny wants on that bandwagon so bad. He can't justify it with his searching.
You don't have to look like a homer, dude. We already did it for you.
He's searching for things. to find the reasons.
Mets in 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kenny.
Kenny.
I think in that 5th game, if it gets to that 5th game, Scherzer is gonna fucking be fucking Madison Bumgarner in 2014. My ass has to be he's gonna tell whoever the fucking manager in New York is, Buck Showalter. My ass has to be on the mound game 5. Full stop.
Is that a Brad Met sweep? Is that what I see?
Mets sweep. Mets
Oh,
are
yeah.
sweeping it.
Dude,
Get
I
your
really
brooms
hope
out,
that's
baby. The Dodgers are gonna have a terrible fucking offseason.
Mets versus
Let's go,
Braves
Mets.
would be such a better NLCS too.
Oh, dude,
You
the
know?
people want it. It's the rematch
Trumpets,
from the
let's go.
summer. Oh,
Rematch
yeah.
It
of the
would be
trumpets, let's
such a
go.
great NLCS, dude. So great. And like that's two really nice fucking fan bases there. Like it will be pumped up. The fucking places will be going insane. That's gonna be a really nice series if it can happen.
It's happening.
I'd sure like to see it though.
Fuck the Dodgers.
I'll be watching that.
Well, friends, if you've made it this far, we've
Not
lost
a Mets
every single Dodger fan that would ever listen to this show. We've lost them all.
Good.
Sorry, Dodgers fans. It's just let's talk in a week.
Go hang out with the Phillies fans. You guys could be best buddies.
Yeah. Shout out to everyone there that's still watching us, especially if you're a fan of one of those teams. We're into the theoretical championship series now. We'll just walk through it. We all have the same ALCS except for me, so I'll go first. I got the Rays and Houston. Houston just wins. I mean, they're the team. So the Randy fun comes to an end yet again. Randy gets frustrated. Randy makes a heel turn, and we start seeing evil Randy, and we'll figure that out next season. But we're gonna have some Randy fun this offseason, but or this postseason, but it comes to an end when they roll into Houston. And I don't know. Probably 5 games. It's not going to be a close series, I don't think. But you guys all have,
Houston,
the Yankees in Houston, which on paper is a 2 fucking heavyweight fucking matchup. I mean, that's the 2 big teams. That is the 1 and the 2. And what are they gonna do against each other, guys? What do you like? What do you think?
Houston goes to World Series. And then the Yankees lose Aaron Judge and
Come
have
home.
a much rougher year next season.
Pavs rolling with Houston. Kenny.
Houston.
Ooh, bunch of Yankee Dodger haters. I tried to diversify the panel tonight. I went West Coast, East Coast.
It's not even about being Houston's just so fucking good, dude.
They are. I agree.
That lineup's so
is
deep.
Keith gonna set up the New York World Series though? What are we?
Absolutely not. Not only does Houston win, Houston sweeps and sends the New York Yankee franchise into disarray because it's going to happen. It's inevitable. New York sports radio is going to go nuts because you're going to
implode.
Yep, they're going to lose. They're going to lose homeboy. They're going to think it's the worst thing in the world. Like, heaven forbid you win 100 games. No one cares. They're going to get swept.
Oh yeah. So
Aaron Judge is a giant. Aaron Judge could be a giant.
We all have, due to our overwhelming, obvious, blatant hate for the Dodgers and their spending habits and terrible fan base that shows up in the 3rd inning and leaves after the 7th inning stretch because of traffic. We have the same matchup in the NLCS, the Braves and the Mets. We all have that theoretical matchup. And I'm going to come right out and say it. I've loved 3 baseball teams my entire life. The Cubs, the Braves and the Red Sox. The Cubs and the Red Sox, because of the historical nature of baseball, and Nomar Garciaparra on the Red Sox when I was growing up. And then we had all the Cubs. Anyway, the Braves, because of TBS and they were on TV. Chipper Jones, the 90s, the Braves. I mean, how do you hate that? Everything they have going on now, I think they have one of the best front offices in baseball in terms of how they're locking up this young talent at an extraordinary rate. Mets in 6.
Oh,
Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. It's just that simple. The Mets have the two fucking dogs you need to get it done. And that's all it comes down to. The Mets are gonna figure out the offense. They'll figure out how to score enough runs, but they're gonna have the pitching when they need it. And the Mets are just gonna go on the revenge tour. They're gonna get the jitters out there in the wild card. By the division, they're gonna be feeling good, and come championship series, they're just gonna be on a fucking warpath, and I don't think anyone's stopping them. So, Mets in 6. Anyone else can go from there.
You know, Pav Daddy.
Oh my god, this is probably the hardest matchup to pick.
It is, and I mean that's why they played 162 games.
Like this one's, but Jesus, sorry Keith, but I think it'll probably be the Braves in 7. I think this one goes the whole 7. It's gonna be a back and forth fight till the end between these two teams. It's going to be the best baseball. It's going to be better than the World Series to watch. Like, that's going to be the series to watch this playoffs. I really hope we get it. That's going to be the one. But I would go Braves in 7. I think that the Braves offense gets it done. I think Scherzer gets it done. I think DeGrom has some issues somewhere in the playoffs. And like the other pitching is enough in the other series, but I don't know in that. It's just going to be tough on them. Braves in 7, and we get Braves Astros World Series.
Kenny.
I'm up the second that. I'm going to say Braves in 7.
Keith.
Mets in 7. Let's go in 7 games because it's going to be such a good series. But it's redemption.
Could you imagine that game 7? It's going to if and when it happens, that's going to be such a fucking game, dude. You know Scherzer's going to be starting that game. It doesn't matter if he pitched the day before. He's going to be like, you motherfuckers, put me out there. I'll throw 4 innings.
He'll just like throw like 5 balls every 30 minutes for the next 24 hours. If I never put ice on my arm, I never finish. You know, he's like, so he's just going out there again. You know, it's like a real long brain delay for him. He's just gonna be right back at him. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait. So 2 of us have Houston Braves. 2 of us have Houston Mets in the World Series. Pav, I think you already alluded to who you're picking in the World Series, but let's just see what you have to say on the subject of Braves Astros World Series.
And fucking Astros cheating motherfuckers gonna win the World Series. Sorry. It's not my fault. They built a really good team.
So I didn't think that was what you were gonna say.
Man, dude. It's just gonna be hard to beat that team. They're so deep. They probably have the deepest lineup in the playoffs. When you really look at their lineup, it's that would be a great fucking series too. The Braves and the Astros.
You just said the Braves and the Mets were going to be the best series of the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
And now the Astros are beating the I'm so confused, Pav.
All right, so like
the Astros are so much better than these than the Braves.
Like when you think about like, you know, watching the Dream Team beat up the European teams and shit in the Olympics, Like, were those the greatest basketball games that ever happened? I don't think so. But that was the greatest team that ever played together.
So Pav says the Braves are just going to get thrashed by
I
the
don't.
Astros.
I don't think it's going to be a thrash. I think because the Braves lineup's deep as fuck too. I think it'll be a really good series. But I think the Astros. I think they're the team to beat in the playoffs. They have more experience than anybody. Number one, which the Braves got some experience, but not like the Astros got experience. And dude, that lineup is better than it was last year. I mean, that team is really fucking good. And you got it's dude. We don't even talk.
All right, Kenny, who you got, buddy?
I'm gonna say
stated his case.
I'm gonna say the Braves. They're gonna beat the Astros.
Kenny's going to take the Braves over the Stros. Any guess on number of games?
It's gonna be I'm gonna say 7. That's gonna go the distance.
If only we could be so lucky as baseball fans.
Yeah, right.
Pav, how many games does it take to the Astros? Are the Astros going to sweep them in 3 games? Like, are they that much better?
Well, they got to play 7, so they got to win at least 4.
Yeah, so I mean, if they just win 3, will they just not show up for the 4th one?
Verlander's going to pitch every single game.
So how many games?
I'll say in 6.
All right. Keith.
I'm taking the Stros in 6.
He's taking
Doesn't matter who they play.
He's a realist. He says the Astros in 6. Keith, my man.
I can't. I mean, I want to beat the Braves. I want redemption. Mets in 6.
Mets in 6, baby. The Mets are winning the World Series because after they finish off the lowly Atlanta Braves, according to Pav, after they just send the Braves right back to Georgia, they're just going to be so fired up. Dusty Baker's going to be so old. They're going to run down there to Houston. Dusty Baker's going to lose his toothpicks, and that's just, I mean, they're never going to recover from it. I mean, Darren Baker's not going to be there to play bat boy, but the toothpicks will be just scattered about, and the Mets are just going to be too much baseball for them. The batting champion, the flying squirrel, Jeffrey McNeil, is just going to splatter balls around the diamond there. Someone's going to catch a Crawford box or 2 that you're not going to expect, and it's going to be let's go Mets. Bringing home a World Series.
Was managing the fucking Astros.
Doubling down.
He's enough to lose it.
Doubling down on the Yankees' early exit. New York's premier baseball team will become the Metropolitans. and New York as a city is just going to implode in the next 10 to 15 years because of the events of this postseason. Thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of the Underground Runaround. I'm your host, Brad Ross, Pav Daddy, Kenny Vuong, Keith Francil. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. And Sunday night at 6 p.m. Central Time, we have a super special show. I don't know if it'll be live or not. But that's all I can say for now. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.